It's been a tough week for Nigerians. Welcome back to Social Media Trends on the Weekend Show. We have Gifted Hands here with us in the studio. I'm going to introduce her. Let's go ahead and see what we have going on here. Hello, good morning. Going to be painting a picture for us, which is titled Broken Sights
From the dead.
Broken Sights from the Dead. Yes. As you can see, it's blank and we can't wait to see what you're going to have. All right, let's go ahead and start with our entertainment news. Like I mentioned earlier, we've been having the End SARS protest movement all across nationwide. Various youths have used social media platforms, to go ahead and show us what's been happening. They've used the streets for the past few days against the activities of Special Anti-Robbery Squad SARS, which has been accused of unlawful arrest, torture, and extrajudicial killings. The federal government, after a few days of protests, was forced to announce that the squad has been disbanded. This, however, did not bring an end to the protests, as the protesters claim that similar announcements have been made in the past, without any effective reforms or measures. The protesters have no leaders. Rather, I believe that we are working in sync and with a sense of purpose. So this way, it can't be sabotaged. And if you remember in the past, where we had a face behind the movement, sometimes security agencies can pick the person basically in the middle of the night, and that can dampen or lower the morale of the followers. But this time, we are all working together. We have a tweet here. A few days after the protest, President Muhammad Buhari stated, "I met again with the IGP tonight. Our determination to reform the police should never be in doubt. I am being briefed regularly on the reform efforts ongoing to end police brutality and unethical conduct and ensure that the police are fully accountable to the people." This tweet came days before the IGP had announced the formation of the Special Weapons Tactics SWAT unit to replace the recently dissolved Special Anti-Robbery Squad SARS. Nigerians were very surprised to have SWAT replace SARS, because for us this is more about the police reforming. We don't want to be accused for what we're not doing. We don't want to be harassed on the streets. So this is part of what the youths are saying. Apart from that, Femi Adesina, the president's spokesperson, made a statement that he has been receiving curses on his phone via phone calls and messages. Now, it was stated exclusively on People's Net magazine that he actually had his number leaked out. It was said that during a statement he had a meeting with the vice president and the presidency, where he had claimed to state that they shouldn't worry about the Nigerian antics on Twitter. And that got many Nigerians angry. They had many statements to express themselves that why should the president's spokesperson why should he say that? For what reason or what grounds should the antics on Twitter be taken on seriously? At no time. We are very serious. The protesters are extremely serious about what is going on in Nigeria. We want a fair and justice government. It says here from Olatumbi, it states, "End SARS. I've received many curses on my phone, both calls and texts." Additional, the president's spokesman said someone went ahead to release his telephone numbers on social media, which led to him receiving calls and hate messages from different people. Later, the spokesman stated, he said, "A false story designed to malign me is making the rounds. It says the president was to have scrapped SARS on Friday, but was prevailed on me by not to do so, as governments cannot bow to Twitter warriors." He states, "Evil, fake, a concussion from the very pit of hell." So the spokesman has debunked this statement that he is not the reason why SARS or SWAT has not been disbanded. That was during the week of the protest. CEO of Twitter shows support on End SARS protest. Now, this was huge because prior to that, he was warned to stay out of what is going on in Nigeria. But Jack Dorsey says no, and he continues to show all his support by giving us an emoji which says End SARS with a fist in green and white, the color of our flag. Nigerians were very appreciative of this act, very, very, will I say, excited as well, because this, like I said, it was a nationwide protest and also took international bodies a way of noticing what's going on. This is from Mike Edwards, an ex-BB Nigeria housemate. He says, "Jack, Naman you be, hashtag End SARS." I particularly like this emoji. I think it's very creative as well. From Dr. Olunfumilayo, he says Adamu was angry at Jack on why he lent his voice to the protest. Jack listened to him, told his team to shut down Twitter around the world, verified Renu, and created an emoji for hashtag #NSARS. In summary, Najak be the real coconut head and SARS. We have here from the son of a hunter. Omo, Jack shut down Twitter and gave us emoji. Jack na OG. Keep retweeting and keep tweeting aggressively. Hashtag #NSARS. Let's not waste this emoji. I agree. And the emoji was not wasted. If you do go ahead and check Twitter, see how the emoji has been making rounds all over Twitter as well as Instagram and other social media platforms. FG is set to release 30 billion naira earned allowances to ASU. Now, this came in after the protests have been ongoing for almost a whole week, 7 days, and the federal government has decided to release the earned allowances to ASU. But of course, we had reactions on Twitter that thought this wasn't the best idea. We don't need education right now. Education is necessary, but what we need now is to be heard and our voices to be listened to. Let's take a look at some reactions. This is from Solomon Yomi. He says they are attending to ASU now because they want students back to school and off the streets. Now una go see una hand, do una self, na small remain, end police brutality, end SARS. Another reaction here we have is from Benga. He says after 6 months when FG doesn't give you the 30 rubbish, you start indefinite strike again. Which kind leader be this ASU get self? They promise you every year and you keep falling just to come and strike after. This is from Toyin Akin. Me, I know this ASU are not fighting for students. Can you guys see those headlines? FG is paying this and that to them in terms of allowance and salary. They now want to call off our worry. What of infrastructure? You guys cannot agitate for that, Abi. I mean, this is a sound point. This is from Effie. This tweet says, I wonder what they would do to others like myself when we never see work but don't graduate since. I mean, yeah, we do have a lot of unemployed youth right now. With our next story, it is still on. This is Wizkid. He's called out Ricardo Banks. Now, this gave a lot of reactions on Twitter because he did it in a very special way, I guess. Let's take a look at what he said to Ricardo Banks. Wizkid came out on Twitter and Ricardo actually had a video where, okay, we have here. And that's why he deleted the tweet. It was a moment of anger. I would agree with that. If you look at the tweet, Starboy did call him a fool. He also called him a clout animal. Starboy is already dealing with having to push this album back, and Ricardo just posted a song snippet without even a discussion with Wiz first. And these are all part of the reactions we have from here at I Am Kitty. If Wizkid doesn't apologize to Reki, tell him not to drop mail, because we won't listen. We have here Nigerians are fighting to, this is from Nappy Blaze. Nigerians are fighting to end SWAT now, but Wizkid wants to end Ricardo. Pray for Ricardo. Now we do have our next story with BB Niger housemate Ozo. Now you know Ozo has been receiving the end of the stick lately, but this is Ozo. Now he's on Super Sport and he definitely made a statement on social media. Fans were very excited for him. I'm very happy. Let's take a look at some reactions. This is from Nobo Igwe. He did predict prior to this. He said, can someone please help me Photoshop Ozo on the middle seat? This is where he will be sitting soon. And truly, that's where Ozo was. Another reaction here from Nudu Wazobia. Me and Ozo Chuku just the cat trips. Igbo boys forever representing. This is from Cecilia. Okay, Superians, your boy. Hashtag Ozo times Super Sports. If you can, this is a very big dream of Ozo. If you were following BB Niger, he was always wanting to be a sports analyst, and he has done it before for UEFA. This is from Aisa. For 100 marks, guess where Ozo's glasses are from? If you know, you know. He did disguise. This shows a lot of excitement from fans and what Ozo was able to achieve. Now, I do have another story that I want you all to carefully listen to and understand, because for me, it was very informative and I appreciate it very much. We have Files, who raised awareness over the week as well. He was talking more on police trust funds and basic human rights. Let's take a look at some reactions. This is from Ayema Jubar. Police Trust Fund, 0.5% of the total money in Federation account is meant to go into the PTF. 0.05% of the total net profit of all companies operating business in Nigeria is meant to go into the PTF as well. So where is Police Trust Fund? Files na bad guy. Another reaction here from Tayo AFC. Files never even used his funny accent this week. Nigeria, oh wrong now, because we are very serious right now. There is no need for a funny accent. I'll be showing you the video right quickly. We have another reaction here. Dozman Richie, he says Files will enter studio to sing against government, wear wig to take legal steps against the government, enter street to protest against the government, carry microphone to speak against police brutality. I stand a multitasking bad guy. Hashtag #EndSARS. So take a look at this video that I found very informative on the Police Trust Fund and other information regarding our #EndSARS protests. But right before you watch the video, right after you watch the video, we're going to check out Urwa Arts.
Catch this cruise. Do you know that the Human Rights Commission is actually charged with the responsibility of handling cases of human rights violation and ensuring prosecution of offenders? Now, this is the same Human Rights Commission that the federal government has asked to set up another panel to perform its functions. Okay. Do you also know that the Human Rights Commission has remained without a governing council since 2015? And by law, without this governing council, the Human Rights Commission cannot perform its functions. Is it that they don't know or they don't care about our human rights? Catch another cruise. Do you know that there's something called the Police Trust Fund? In this Police Trust Fund, 0.5% of the total money in the Federation account is meant to go into that trust fund. 0.05 of the total net profit of all companies operating business in Nigeria. Do you know how much that is? That money is meant to go into the Police Trust Fund. There's a long list of some other things that are meant to go into the Police Trust Fund. Where is the Police Trust Fund? They are not being paid well. Their cars are not roadworthy. The police stations are uncompleted buildings. Police have to convert exhibit for their personal use in the office. It's disgraceful, the state of the police right now. We have to start holding people accountable. That is the only way we'll be able to move forward.
Welcome back. Of course, now, like I said, we have Urwa Arts here with gifted hands. She's going to be showing us, like, her painting is titled Sights
from the
Dead. Let's go ahead and look at this. So can you go ahead and talk about what you're painting and where this inspiration came from? Of course, it is representing the #EndSARS movement. Just tell us a little more about what you are doing right now.
Okay, since the beginning of this protest, I will tell you, I started on Sunday and I've not missed any protest.
Wow.
I go to work, and from work, I move over. But something happened on Tuesday that we are playing ball in Bega. And we played with one lady. After that, she collected my number and she uploaded something on her WhatsApp status that her kid brother was killed. And no matter how tired she is, she must stay to the end of this protest for her kid brother. And that struck me. Like, I can't imagine losing any of my siblings in the hand of SARS. I felt pain. So with that, this morning I was just thinking, this lady is always coming out. She never cried, but she's always smiling.
Very strong.
Very strong. But that word hits me so bad. I feel people are passing a lot of things. I watched Chijoke's sister talked about his death yesterday, and I cried. Seriously, I cried. I don't know any human being that would do that to another fellow. It's very bad. And I'm just seeing these people, the dead people. Now I'm seeing them physically, but metaphysically, like, Jimo, how is it going to feel? We're talking about Tina. Tina would have written her WAEC this year. What about Ifoma? What about the copper that was raped? And many more. Rape is another thing for me. You can't just, that's two deaths. You rape someone, that's one death. You could, that's more. So I just feel that people are passing through pain. These dead people, to me, they pass through pain more than what we are passing through.
Exactly.
So I just want to convey my heart.
Thank you, Ura, for this wonderful message. Thank you for you being a strong Nigerian. And I ask all of you to always do the same. Go ahead and let's take a look at this painting. I know you're almost done. So
Yes,
this is a teardrop right here
yes,
to represent the tears that Nigerians have been crying throughout this protest.
yes,
To represent the pain.
To represent the pain.
Exactly. Thank you for this beautiful message, Urua.
Oh.
All right, so, okay, she's finishing touches. All right, so you can see this is the eyes. Clear eyes with, okay. All right, can we have a close-up of that? Let's take a look at this. Beautiful. Okay, finishing touches. Okay, go ahead, continue. Just express yourself a bit about what the finishing touches you're putting on right now. So this represents.
I'm going to write Jimo's name because Jimo's death struck almost everybody in Nigeria. Jimo was standing. He wasn't even protesting, but yet they took his life.
Okay, and you're writing the name Jimo in the black eyeball right here.
Yes.
That's what you've written, the name Jimo.
Yes.
I can see.
I'm just apologizing on behalf of Nigeria. Jimo, your country failed you. But that doesn't mean we'll stop fighting. We'll fight for justice. We'll speak for justice. We'll come out for justice. I just love what all the youths are doing. And
Yes.
I pray we'll continue this in solidarity.
We will continue. Thank you so much, Urua, for your time. And thank you for this beautiful message that you've painted. Thank you so much. And that will be it for the entertainment, although I will be interviewing Minister Max. I hope you all are going to be ready for him. But just before that, I'm going to sign off, and hopefully when he's back on, I'll put him back on. Thank you for staying with me on The Weekend Show. Please follow us on all our social media platforms at The Weekend Show NG, and follow me at Aisha B. See you next week.